So the handrails are about 50. Let's see, we got 34 foot of handrails here. We definitely got more handrail back behind here. You sure your boat's only 85 foot long? So, at any rate, so he's looking at beer rail between these sections, which appear to be about 6 foot sections. Well, that's a little larger. That's 8 foot section up here for sure. That's going to be 4 plus a couple, and 4 plus a couple. So anyway, looking at beer rail in 3 sections on each side. He doesn't want any additional railings. And also, while we're in the process of doing that, we would, while this is down, we would acid treat this and clean all that acid off of it. We would also make a wire trough. Maybe that goes down through the center, and then we could work our way out of the wire trough to the sides, and to get rid of this mess of wires that we've got here. We got some empty conduits, empty flex right here. So, clean all that up is what he's wanting to do. He'd like to add at least an opening in here, get a storage locker out of that. Openings in the top of this, of his fly bridge on the seats, and get storage out of that. He'd like to put an ice maker up here. I don't know how deep this fridge is, but perhaps, nope, not room for an ice maker there. Might be room for an ice maker out here. But he wants an ice maker up here if he can possibly do that. Let's see. Up here, perhaps a bimini, like that bimini over there that's black. So we would price him a bimini up here. And then we could also price him just a new cover for his party top, his Oasis up here where he drives. These are usually 2 foot space, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is about a 10 by 16, I'd say. So 160 square feet, $1,600. And it might, 10 by 16, might be 10, more like 10 by 14, because just judging from that, it's not nearly as wide as the party top is here. Oh yeah, way narrower than the party top here, which is pretty close to the same width. I'd say maybe 6 inches narrower on each side than the boat, and the boat's a 16. Handrails are a bit short for the steps right here, and the steps have been extended, and but on the steps he's got a pretty small area to put your feet, and the owner was kind of complaining about that, but I don't know, obviously that's how that started off, so don't quite know what we can do about that, or if the new owner would like to do anything about that. I stepped off 75 foot. If this is 34 foot, he thought this was 34 foot. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half sections of handrail. So we have 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, 8 sections of railing here. So if that's 34 foot, we definitely have more than 34 foot out this way. We got 75 or 80 foot of handrail. So, which is kind of odd because the boat is supposedly only 15 foot long. So we would have to do we'll use those measurements for now, and then we'll come out and do some measuring. All right.